Alright, so build day 8 has come to a conclusion, and it has been very nice to be able to get back at the bench here. Was able to get a lot accomplished, and really proud of the work I've done. So, start off with, I went ahead and worked on the body, and got a few areas reprimed. Specifically back here, there was a little bit of just marks in the rear quarter panel here. Got those sanded out, and primer is looking good there. So I think we should be good to go for the black base coat. Also had a little spot down here. Went ahead and got that resanded out and primed. Also, I'll go ahead and tip the camera down for this one. Really happy at how this turned out here in the back corner. Again, the varying shades of gray I think is going to be just because of the simple fact that it was a white. It got done to white base coat here. I should say white plastic here, and then you had the gray up there. So I think with the black, it will just uniformly cover it and should take care of it. Obviously, if there's an issue, you'll find out about it, same as I. So the other side, like I said, looking good. So got the body pretty much ready to go. Happy about that. That way I can get that into black most likely tomorrow night. So I'll set the body back under its protective shell, which is just an old 1/18 scale case top. The other thing that I worked on here was getting the interior finished up. I went ahead and used Vallejo's Model Air White Gray for the floor, the carpet, which again was an asbestos pad. Didn't worry about detailing the pedals there on the board, to be honest. Once everything's assembled, you may be able to see them, but it's going to be very difficult too, so just kind of left that. Got the instrument panel grayed up, and then I went ahead and ran some Tamiya panel line just in there, just to kind of dull it back. That way it didn't look as, glossy silver. Which actually, to be honest, looking at the camera makes it look a lot more glossy than it actually is in person. So, but in either case, the roll cage is just a soft fit, but it is such a tight fit with the width here that I'm going to just leave it as a soft fit. I'm not going to worry about gluing it into place once the body's on and stuff like that. This will never move. This will never come out. And again, it just fits so nicely in here. You got the seat glued in as well, which is actually glued back a little bit farther than it normally should be, I think, for the stock model. And then I also got the steering wheel in. Didn't push it all the way in because I didn't want the steering wheel basically sitting on the dash, so it's kind of extended back a little bit. I got a little bit of clearance there, as you can see, for the roll bar, so that looks good, or as good as it's going to get. Again, it's a simple model. It's not like a high detailed Mobius kit or something like that. So tipping down here, we got the base, which you might remember from my start video for build day 8 was just in flat black. Went ahead and just kind of ran around dry brushing pretty much everything, all of the nuts and bolts with a metallic. And then all of the weathering was done with the Flooring Models wash. It's something that you can brush paint on, and the two colors that I went with was the brown first off, just kind of give this light rust effect, and to kind of get to where the corners and stuff like that, it'll just be kind of brown and rusty looking. And then went with sand just as the top coat, because again, this would be run at Daytona. They didn't clean the tracks back then like what they do today, and so it would have definitely gotten sand kicked up all underneath and just dust and debris from the pits and stuff, and because those would have been gravel and dirt and everything else. So kicked that up underneath. Specifically, or the brown wash went kind of in an all over pattern, and then the sand primarily went on the outer edge here, but also went ahead and put it here in the actual floor pan, or the floor pan, as the picture that I have of a car sitting upside down, about like in this position, has that general look. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll let this kind of cure overnight. Once I get done painting the gloss black tomorrow onto the body, get that set aside, I'll make up or grab out my tester's flat coat and just give this thing a flat all over. As those washes are water soluble, I don't want them to run later, in life or something like that, or just by handling it could potentially wear off as well, because they are just a clay-based wash. Probably will go around just kind of lightly, using the finger, just lightly touch across the top just to bring out some of the metallics. As you can see here, if I do that just on those two, you can kind of see it makes the bolts kind of re-shine again, and probably I'll do the same here with the rear end, just here at the top. Again, not really wanting too clean of a look. I definitely wanted one that looked like it had been used out on the track, for a few laps, and which, I mean, the cars would have been. They would have been fairly dusty and dirty on the underside because, yeah, you want the car looking nice for any sponsorships and things like that, but you don't care about the bottom side of the car because hopefully nobody will ever see it. So that is what I have here. And actually, again, the color the camera's picking up is a lot more of a bright sand kind of tone, buff type of tone here, but if you look at it, it looks more like just an overall light dirt color. So, but in either case, like I said, really productive night. Looking forward to continuing work here with the Labor Day weekend and getting this thing back on track and getting it rolling down the line. Definitely will keep you guys updated as it goes along. Hope you guys are enjoying the series, and I will see you later.